Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. My name is Tasha Andres with Forever Grow Holistic Health, and today I'll be guiding you through a Kundalini Kriya or set of movements to open the heart space. So we'll just begin by finding a comfortable position. That could be on the floor, it could be in a chair, and you could also use an extra blanket underneath your bottom if you're not used to sitting on the floor. So let's just go ahead and bring our right hand to our heart. Take the left hand over the right. And then let's close our eyes, start to focus in on the body and the breath. Taking deep breaths in through the nose, filling the lungs completely, and then exhaling slowly. Another breath in through the nose, breathing all of the way down into the base of the lungs and extending out the abdomen with the breath. So right now we are just calming the nervous system, getting ourselves ready for the Kriya we're about to do. And we will also tune in with an Adi mantra, and that goes Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And you do not need to remember that, nor do you need to repeat that out loud. You can just repeat that silently to yourself, or you can just listen. And so we'll do that in just a couple of minutes, but right now let's just focus on the breath and the body, and just settle into this position here. Starting to feel the heartbeat underneath your palms. Sitting tall, pulling up through the crown of the head, tucking the chin slightly, leading with the heart, and then roll your hips back just a little bit so that you're on your sit bones. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to hum. So just hum to yourself on your exhalation. And continue to do that for a few minutes. So humming is a form of sound therapy in the category of vocal toning. It is very good for decreasing blood pressure and respiration. So we will just use that vibration to start to open our heart space. So we're not so much focusing on the sound we're making. We are following the vibration from our throat that is then radiating down into our chest and then opening that energy center. Okay, let's start to warm up the spine with a few spinal warm-up exercises. Palms will come face down on top of the knees, and this is called Sufi grind. So we're going to push the chest forward, breathing in, lean to the right, exhale as you move and collapse the chest back, and then move over to the left. So you're moving in a large circle to the right. Breathing in as you come forward and out as you move back. And you can close your eyes again, focusing in again on the body and the breath. moving at your own pace. So we're just starting to warm up the spine here, starting to get the energy moving up the spine. So it's almost as though you are the spoon mixing up the contents of your pelvis. So what we're trying to do and accomplish with this kriya is move the energy from the base of the spine up to the heart or the higher energy centers. And let's start to move to the left now. We're also massaging the internal organs with this movement. And you'll want to try to keep your chin just slightly tucked or parallel to the floor. So we're not tucking and then moving the head up and back. We're trying to keep the chin parallel to the floor. Okay, and slowly come back to center here. Take a deep breath in. Sitting tall, hold your breath and gaze up at your third eye located in between your eyebrows. So that's going to help us pull the energy up. And breathe out and relax. Flip your hands over, bring your index finger to thumb in Gyan Mudra. And so we're just going to rest here for a minute. So we'll be resting in between exercises to allow the energy to settle that we are moving. Remembering to take deep breaths. Our next exercise is called spinal flex, similar to the exercise we just did, but this time we're just moving forward and backward. So breathing in, pushing the chest forward, breathing out, collapsing the chest back. So we're implementing a sniff and throw breath here. So you're sniffing in quickly and then exhaling quickly as though you're blowing your nose. So I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see this a little bit better. So we're trying to keep the hips semi-stationary and just move the upper body. So we're just focusing primarily on the thoracic spine right here. Again, keeping the chin parallel to the floor, trying not to bob the head, and then closing your eyes and focusing in on the body and the movement here. So this is really good for flexibility of the spine, keeping the spine very young. And for moving that energy, those energy centers, allowing that energy to flow through the centers that run along the spine. Okay, we're going to take a breath in, sit tall. Hold your breath, squeeze the base of your pelvis like you're trying to stop urination. This is called Mula Bandha. And then gaze up again at your third eye. And rest. Breathe, relax. I'm going to turn back around here. Back to Gyan Mudra, index finger to thumb. And just kind of feeling the sensations that are arising now. You might feel some tingling, some new sensations, and all of those sensations are normal. When we start to move energy, we will start to feel new sensations in the body. So just let those come and go without judgment. Deep breaths. Breathing in and out of the nose. We are only breathing through the nose during this kriya. Let's flip the palms over and work on our neck a little bit. So we're going to do some neck rolls to the right. First, let's take a breath in. Exhale as you bring your chin to chest. And then inhale as you move to the right. Exhaling as you drop your head to the left. So inhaling up, exhaling down. So these do not need to be large circles. They can just be small circles because we don't want to overextend the neck. But oftentimes we do neglect our neck, and this space is pretty important because it is the pathway between our mind and our heart. So communication there and flow of energy is very important. Not only that, but we hold our heavy heads up all day, so we need to make sure our cervical spine is loose and ready to do that. Moving to the other side, rotating to the left now. Let's take a breath in, look to the left. Exhale, look to the right. We're going to breathe in, look up. Exhale, look down. Take a breath in. Hold your breath. And breathe and relax. Okay, we are going to come onto all fours. Wrists directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. And now we will be doing cat-cow. So we are collapsing the chest or the spine down toward the mat and looking up, breathing in. Exhale as you move chin to chest and bring the spine up toward the sky. And we will implement the stiffen throw breath here. So if you can go faster with your movements, that is ideal. But if you prefer to go slower, that is fine too. Again, this is really good for flexibility of the spine, also for opening up the chest muscles. So we are focusing on the chest, the heart space. So we will be doing a lot of breath work and arm movements, because our arms are attached to our thorax, which houses the lungs and the heart. Okay, we're going to breathe in, hold your breath, squeeze your bottom, look up at your third eye. Breathe and relax. Walk the hands back to the legs, tuck the toes under, and slowly come up to standing. So we're going to just slowly come up one vertebrae at a time until our head comes up very last. And here we are. Feet hip width apart. So we are going to bend our knees just slightly. We want to engage the thigh muscles here. We're going to be keeping our pelvis stationary and just moving our upper body. So first we're going to do some spinal twists. So we're going to bring the arms up, breathing in. Exhale as you twist to the left. Inhale as you come back to center. Exhale as you twist to the right. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And go ahead and keep doing that, trying to bring your navel in towards your spine. So you're squeezing your abdominal muscles here so we can protect the lower back. And you're not so much swinging the arms as you are placing them behind you, because we don't want to over-rotate the spine. Keep going, synchronizing your breath with your body, with your movements. And in doing that, we are creating rhythm. So this really helps our lungs, but also helps us to stay out of our heads and just focus on the body and moving the energy. All right, breathe in here. Exhale, come down, forward bend, placing your hands on the mat, letting the head drop down, getting a really good stretch in the back here and the back of the legs. Take some breaths. And now we are going to do forward bends, coming up, breathing in, reaching overhead. Exhale as you come back to touch the mat. Again, trying to keep that solid base, keeping the legs engaged, all four corners of the feet pressed into the mat. Trying not to overextend the lower back, keeping the core muscles engaged. Exhale here, stay bent over. And now we're going to inhale, come up halfway. Stretching the arms forward, palms facing each other. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears. And just keep reaching forward as though you're bringing your heart out to your hands. Deep breaths. Kind of spread your fingers out wide. Arms are strong. And now let's shake those arms out. Maybe shake the body out a little bit too. And slowly come back down to the mat. At this time, we're going to pull the legs out into a V. And we are going to do alternating life nerve stretch. So inhale, come to center. Exhale as you move to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. And so we are leading with our chest, not our head. So you're not dropping the head. You're tucking the chin, leading with the chest. So we want to keep our spine straight during this movement. Getting a really good stretch in the back of the legs, in the hips, back in the lower back. You guys are doing great. You can close your eyes and just listen to the rhythm you're creating with your breath here. Come back up to a seated position. Breathe in, hold your breath, squeeze your bottom, push that energy up. And exhale and relax. Let's cross the legs. Back in Sukhasana. And let's rest here for a moment. Coming back into Gyan Mudra. Sitting tall. So we are changing the breath today. If you start to feel lightheaded, take a break, but also try to take in deeper breaths through the nose. These are quick breaths, but they are big breaths. And now we are going to do an exercise called Ego Eradicator. And so there is a hand position for this exercise. It's kind of like you're going to claw someone, but you're tucking the fingers into the palm and then sticking your thumb out. So just like that. And then you're going to come up into a V overhead. And here is where we are going to learn a new breathing technique. This is called breath of fire. Very rapid, rhythmic, in and out breath through the nose. Similar to panting like a dog. So but through the nose. So when you're ready, close your eyes and begin that breath of fire. So you're primarily focusing on the out breath, breathing very forcefully out of the nose. And so you'll just focus there to begin with, and as you become more proficient in this breathing technique, you can start to focus on other aspects. But breath of fire is very good for the immune system, for bringing fresh oxygen into the lungs. So just do that for 1 more minute, and then we will move on. Okay, let's take a breath in. Bring the arms to touch overhead, the thumbs to touch overhead, and pull the fingers up toward the sky. Breathing in, holding your breath, squeezing Mula Bandha. Exhaling as you sweep the energy around your body, imagining erasing anything that is not serving you. And then just place that down into the ground. Okay, let's stretch our shoulders here. Right arm underneath the left, grabbing hold of the left shoulder. Left hand grabs hold of the right shoulder. So it's like you're hugging yourself, but we're going to lean forward just slightly, tucking the chin and keeping the spine straight. So we're just using gravity to pull our shoulders forward. Nice, deep, long, relaxing breaths here. Slowly come back up to a seated position. Release the shoulders slowly. And now we are going to come to lay on our stomachs. You can use your hands as a little pillow here. Or if you have an extra blanket, block, or bolster, those are helpful as well. We are going to come up into what is known as bow pose. You're going to bend your foot, grab hold, bend the other foot and grab hold, and pull them up toward the sky as you look up. And we're going to do breath of fire here for just a moment. So when you're ready, start. Take a breath in, hold your breath. Breathe and relax the body down. Releasing the legs, resting the head. We have one more pose to open the heart space, and that is Sphinx. So you're going to bring your arms alongside your body. Fingers are stretched out wide. And then you're going to press your pelvis down into the mat along with the tops of your feet. And then push up through the crown of the head, bringing the chest just slightly off the mat here. So your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Long, deep breaths. This is said to be really good for your lower back, your lumbar spine, relieving any back pain. Inhale. Exhale as you slowly release the pose. And then we are going to flip over onto our backs into corpse pose for a little meditation to close out this session. Letting the legs fall down to the side. Palms are facing up, fingers are relaxed. So we're just relaxing the whole body here. Integrating all of the energy we've created and that we've been moving. Just allow your thoughts to fade away. If any thoughts come up, just let them pass by. So they're kind of like clouds. They come and then they go. So we're not judging our thoughts. We're just observing them and then letting them go. So we're just going to spend a couple of minutes here, but when you're at home doing this kriya, you can extend this portion for as long as you need to. All right, let's start to wiggle our fingers and toes a little bit. Bring the soles of the feet together, hands together, and let's rub those together, waking up all the nerve endings there. And then keeping your eyes closed, if you can, slowly come back up to a seated position. As we close out this kriya with the seed mantra, Sut Nam. So we're going to bring the palms of the hands together, pulling the thumbs into the chest. Taking a deep breath, exhaling completely. We will do a long Sut and a short Nam. Taking in a breath, and we will begin. Sut.